Yo, what's good, y'all? Y'all already know, man. It's your boy Gio, man. I gotta talk about this election, man. What y'all think about the Trump and Kamala, man? Are y'all happy about what happened, or y'all not so happy? Do y'all think Kamala could actually better us as far as the country goes? Do you think she can handle the tasks that would be given, or do you think Trump could be more suited for that? Me personally, I I really wouldn't want to have Kamala as the president. I think the best pick, honestly, would be Trump. He's done it before. He actually knows what goes into it as far as, him being the president already. I think the structure will be a lot different. You got a lot of celebrities that are unhappy about it as well. She was a police officer turned lawyer, turned all of this and that. From what they're alleging, they're saying she's been to parties and stuff like that too. With Diddy's pictures and stuff like that. Man, it is with Trump too, but doubt Trump would be doing anything like that. Not to say she would too, so I'm not going, just a opinion on things. I think that her having the border open, a lot of things was going to those illegal immigrants and things to such how she supported them so they can support her with the vote. That was just crazy, man. Like your boy Trump, man, he had a message to her. He said she fired, man, and he don't like how she was trying to play the different races and things as such. It's a lot of pinpoints they all came together and chimed in on, and ultimately, the deciding factor was for your boy Trump to move forward and pursue that as far as being the new president for another 4 years or so. I just want y'all opinion on this, on what y'all thought. I did a poll or whatnot on who everyone thought that was going to vote. They said a lot of females did Kamala just because she was just a female, and they're females too, so they just voting for the next female. People wanted that was females, and they saying that a lot of, so this is allegedly, they saying that if Kamala was to win, that she would keep everything that's going on under wraps with this entertainment industry. Your boy Trump been invading all of that as far as the entertainment industry and all the trafficking and all of that. He's been shutting it down. So they saying if he get his chance to be a president again, he's gonna shut it down and everybody's gonna be exposed. I mean, they had Elon Musk talking about this stuff too, and he was diving in deep and speaking on it. I probably add that on this video too, so y'all can check that out, man. But it's a crazy situation, man. It's something big. We all got to take in consideration on, how the economy is going to be, how everything's going to be for everybody, man. Ultimately, it's to better everybody in their lives and for their family and the kids and everything like that. But everybody got their dirt with them and stuff like that. As far as when it comes to, the politics, all that crazy type of things or whatnot. But that's just how it go. Hopefully, it gets finally combed through and reorganized and situated for success, man, and bring more jobs here, man, for everybody that that's gonna need all of these jobs, man, that's going out of the country and stuff like that, man. Just a lot of things that people was putting in, and thoughts and whatnot about each one on what's gonna happen moving forward. But yeah, man, this your boy Trump, man. He said he making America great again, man, and you know, um, we just got to deal with it and see what happens. I mean, regardless, they say the electoral college is the ones that ultimately decide on what's going on, not votes and whatnot. That's just a head count. I'm just putting something out there. I'm not saying it is and I ain't. I'm neutral with everything, so I'm not putting my opinion as far as this goes. But then you have higher ups that's higher than them that will ultimately decide, and it's selected on what's going to be going on. That's how the world moves. It's pre-selected. It's not you know freestyled on a daily and just thought up on a daily. But yeah, moving forward, man, we're gonna see what's gonna happen, man. If it's really gonna shake up this entertainment world too. A lot of things outside of entertainment as well that, that's collided with it. I mean, this is a big thing for this year, man, before the year ended up, man. And I want y'all to check out these videos, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. And like I said, man, in the comments, let me know if y'all was happy about the decision or if y'all rather have Kamala, and give me a reason why, tell me why y'all would pick, one or the other over, and let's see what happens going forward, man. We're going to see if America's going to be a lot better. And all we can do is hope and pray, man. Yeah, check this out, man. Check the video out. Hit the comments, man. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button, man. Appreciate all y'all, man. As always, man. Moving forward, man. We're gonna keep, moving as a family, man. We're family oriented over here, man. That's how we're gonna do it, man. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm out.
Kamala, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. You're fired. Get the hell out of here.
Now I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
Bobby Kennedy doesn't get this. Bobby Kennedy didn't get this.
I'm not just MAGA. I'm dark, gothic MAGA. Well, I think we can do at least $2 trillion.
Yeah!
Yes.
2 trillion.
Between Diddy and Epstein, there's probably several thousand hours of footage here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that the people on those videos are lecturing the rest of us about our moral failings, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
What is that?
Well, I mean, part of how they deflect attention from themselves is by, criticizing the morals of others.
Yes.
It's sort of like a preemptive moral strike. Those who are saying Trump is a threat to democracy are themselves actually the threat to democracy.
It feels like we're getting to a place where the rest of us know too much. Like, what happens next now that we know all this? The kidnapper's shown us his face. Like, what happens?
Well, I think if Trump wins, we can do some house cleaning and shed light on things.
Trump has already proven he can build a strong economy, he can secure the borders, and he is somebody that allies and adversaries respect. Those are all very important things. She has never, what has she proven? What has she done over the last 4 years? And you cannot make the excuse that she was the vice president and she wasn't in charge of anything. I think that's ridiculous. She is the sitting vice president of the United States right now. She's proven nothing. She's done nothing. I think she's in over her head. She knows she's in over her head, and nobody who is intelligent, like Mark Cuban, Stephen A., or any of these other guys can tell me they truly believe that she is the better candidate.
I'm going to have Mark get in. You're so wrong. Trump, inflation was up 25% over the Obama economy he inherited. Ask him about Yemen, where he decided not to take action and allowed 100,000 people to keep on dying in Yemen.
If the Dems win this election, they will legalize enough illegals to turn the swing states, and everywhere will be like California. There will be no escape.
That is so insane.
This is the final, this is it. This is the last chance. Go out and vote. Vote like your life depends on it. Vote like your future depends on it, because it does. This is the last chance, man.
But I want to say this, like, quite seriously. 4 years ago, in 2020, I had no kids. It's an incredible thing to think about. I had 0 children, and now I have 3 children. And I'm so serious when I say that I was so concerned about Kamala winning that my husband and I were having serious discussions about what will happen, what can we do, what is our option. And I know that we're not the only family that truly thought about where will we go if America turns into a communist country. That's a very scary realization that we got this close, that would even be a concern and a conversation, that you're looking at a map of the world and thinking, like, are we going to be one of the ones that can get out? It's very scary, and that's where we were at. And for the first time, that feels like in a long time, so many families across America are going to be able to sleep soundly tonight, knowing that they don't have to have that fear for the next 4 years. It's incredible. It really is an incredible evening. And, I think one of the things that's going to be interesting to see is how they pivot, because the game is over. The game is over. They threw everything at the wall. They tried to create a candidate out of thin air. This used to work for them. A Beyonce endorsement used to work for them, and it's no longer working. And I think one of the most incredible stories is going to be Black America, and I have to tell you how good I feel about that, because when I said it years ago that we were going to Blexit, that people could do this, and I'm not kidding, people at that time that were in the Trump campaign that aren't in it now nearly laughed me out of the room with Charlie Kirk. They said it's not even a thought that black men and women wouldn't vote for, that will turn away from the Democratic Party. And for the first time, we are seeing tonight that black Americans are done with the plantation narrative. So it's an astounding night all around. Be excited, be happy. I'm thrilled. I'm over the moon about all of this.
There's a famous...
She's vulnerable. She's in the in club. She's a vessel. She'll do whatever it is that they want. She has no opinions of her own. She's not even intelligent, if you ask me. Plainly, like she's not. She's not even intelligent, and so she's the worst kind of person. She's got no compassion. She lies and feels absolutely nothing, and she's the worst plausible candidate that could get into office right now when we're at such a critical juncture in this country.
It's just amazing how many people on the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, all in.
And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I wasn't gonna vote this year, but Kamala joining the race, she changed my mind.
I love you more, but I love Kamala Harris even more.
Vice President Kamala, the call to deliver a message that's been on my heart for a hot minute now.
I think Vice President Harris supports a future for this country where these freedoms and many others will be protected.
What matters most to me, to you?
For everyone's rights, for freedom.
That's why I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris is running for the people who dream.
She helped lead the most significant climate action in U.S. history.
Supporting and celebrating the one and only Vice President Kamala Harris.
I bet there's some memories in that house.
That was rough, man.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Million homes in her first year. She's never built one house in her damn lifetime. And at the same time, let 20 million homeless people, illegal immigrants, into a country that has a housing shortage. Come on, man. It don't make sense. She proposes 20 million people to get new businesses. She's going to give tax money to fund 20 million new businesses while we have 22 million small business owners in America that are breaking even or losing money. And lastly, the most insane of the insane, she wants to tax unrealized capital gains. No, this is complete gone. Not even her simp, Mark Cuban, can sell this. Even Marky Boy says this would destroy the global economy and take the USA down with it. Ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris is the least qualified candidate to ever run for any political office in American history. She makes her boss look competent. She's a fake. I'm not here to invalidate her. She's a fake, a fraud. She's a pretender. Her and her pimp handlers will destroy our country. They will. They've already crippled the dollar, manufactured inflation, imported a virus, censored your voices, funded transgender surgeries, and made empty promises to the middle class for 50 years. This election has to be more than a victory. It needs to be a landslide. We need to slaughter this other people. We need to bring 100 million votes to Donald Trump. Not 74, not 81, 100 million votes. Can you do it? Because if you bring 100 million votes to this man, you send this finger to the elites. And you say, we are done. We are done. We are fed up. We have had enough. He's given everything. He's given everything. It's us in this room now that need to give the rest. We have to give everything for 9 days. Okay? That's not just coming to rallies. It's about putting a sign in your yard, a sticker on your car. It's about donating money. You got to give, folks, today while you're here, everyone, $5, $10, $25. These elections cost money. If you do that, invest in this election, you will go down as a contributor that will make history. We will be in the history books 100 years from now. They will say in 2024, something happened in America. Something happened, a phenomenon, and it was galvanized around a bunch of people called MAGA. The MAGA people! The MAGAs! That's right, I'm MAGA! They will say it galvanized around people called MAGA and a man named Donald J. Trump. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you.
Breaking news. Trump makes historic political comeback, defying the odds. Donald Trump is back in the White House. After a nail-biting election night, Trump was projected as the winner of the 2024 presidential election, securing a massive electoral college victory over Vice President Kamala Harris. He flipped key battleground states like Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, reversing his 2020 losses and emerging victorious. This marks one of the most improbable political comebacks in American history. Trump celebrated the moment with a defiant victory speech, promising to heal the country and fix everything that needs fixing. The election wasn't just a win for Trump, but also a major triumph for Republicans, who gained control of the Senate. The House, however, remains too close to call. This stunning victory even saw Trump overcoming unprecedented challenges, including criminal indictments and multiple assassination attempts. Supporters gathered at his Florida rally were ecstatic as the results came in, but it was a tearful night for Harris's supporters, with some left in shock. Trump's success, fueled by a campaign focused on securing the border, improving the economy, and ending the Russia-Ukraine conflict, resonated with a broad coalition of voters, including key minority groups. He's now set to become the second president in U.S. history to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. What do you think? Was this comeback inevitable, or did Trump just defy the odds once again? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
5 Hollywood celebrities have publicly stated that they will flee the United States if Kamala Harris is elected president. And the last one is quite shocking. Number 1, Lil Pump. He has repeatedly expressed his support for Trump and also used some uncivilized language to condemn Joe Biden and Harris. If Harris is elected, he might be the first one to flee the United States. Number 2, Kid Rock. He is a staunch supporter of Trump and is dissatisfied with Harris's environmental land tax policy. If Harris is elected, he might leave the United States. Number 3, Jon Voight. He is a firm supporter of Trump. He believes that Trump's occupancy of the White House is God answering our prayers. Jon Voight has publicly stated that if Kamala Harris is elected president, he would consider leaving the United States. Number 4, Kanye West. This outspoken rapper calls Trump his brother. Similarly, he dislikes Harris and even added Harris's voice to the accompaniment to mock her. Number 5, Candace Cameron Bure. She is also an avid supporter of Trump. There are rumors that she was warned by Hollywood for overly supporting Trump, but this claim has not been confirmed.
Elon Musk and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. could be first in line to join Donald Trump's revolutionary cabinet of billionaires and MAGA allies. The newly elected president has hinted at brand new positions which could see close friend and billionaire Musk land a role monitoring the entire federal government. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. could also be in charge of the nation's health agencies, and Trump even hinted at a role for UFC boss Dana White. Trump's loyal sons, Eric and Don Jr., are said to play a key role in helping the 47th president build his new cabinet.
My favorite moment of you being a president is this moment here.
If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay,
absolutely.
fair enough.
And I am proud, and I'll tell you what, I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle.
You know what did this to
And by
me?
the way, how right was I? And now, and I had the strongest border we ever had, and I used soldiers from Mexico and every other thing you got to for nothing, zero cost. I had the strongest border, but look at that guy. Look, they're all threats to our nation. He and his group, after I was gone, opened up the border, and our country has been poisoned, okay? Poisoned.
Donald Trump has said that he would put you in charge of the public health agencies. What exactly does that look like?
Well, he's been very specific in what he said. He wants me to do 3 things. 1, clean up the corruption of the agencies. Number 2, to return those agencies to the gold standard science, the empirically based, evidence-based medicine. And number 3, to make America healthy again.
So is that specific role to be the Secretary of Health?
I don't know. We have not decided yet what my official role is going to be.
What did you tell him you would like that role to be?
That's why I didn't tell him. I've told him that I want to think about it.
So in that capacity, though, you feel confident that you have been given the assurance that you would be able to have an actual role in the administration that would allow you to make those sorts of decisions?
Yeah, absolutely. He's asked me to do it.
Well, if the Kamala puppet regime wins, they're definitely going to want to cancel you. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, big problem.
Yeah. What about you? You got to come for you first.
No, I'm like, I think I'm probably number 2 on the list.
Yeah.
After Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, that's the last thing they want is someone with unlimited resources and intelligence attacking it. So people go, wait a minute, that guy's saying that?
Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris popularity by different countries. Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Bangladesh, Serbia, Ukraine, Jordan, Iraq, Turkey, Iran, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Israel, Morocco, Egypt, Ethiopia, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, Venezuela, Peru, Colombia, Chile, Argentina, Pakistan, Philippines, Thailand.
Donald Trump won the election. How will this affect immigrants? Watch this video. It's important to you. The asylum process may become stricter, potentially reinstating the Stay in Mexico program and extending wait times for work permits. Restrictions on H-1B and H-2B work visas could also increase under Trump's America First policy. Stricter border enforcement may return, potentially reinstating Title 42 and eliminating the CBP-1 application for immigrants to schedule appointments at the border. Obtaining a green card through family sponsorship could become more difficult, with increased fees and paperwork, especially for low-income immigrants. Green cards, visas, and work authorizations may face significant delays, including more interviews and additional documentation requirements. Additionally, Trump may expand deportation to include all undocumented immigrants, not just those with criminal records, and may establish new detention centers for mass deportations. Given these potential changes, what are your thoughts?
Video her saying that Elon's going to have to follow the same rules
says
as Facebook.
What rules? You can't say that you have one rule for Facebook and you have a different rule for Twitter. They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of regulation, and that has to stop.
That's crazy. We have First Amendment rights of free speech.
After Trump was elected president, for celebrities who must flee the United States, Trump said that if elected president, he will release the list of people who have been to Epstein. These people panicked. First, Beyonce. Beyonce publicly supported Harris and donated $4 million to Harris. She also appeared in Houston in person to canvass for Harris, although there is currently no evidence to prove that Beyonce is on the list that Trump is about to release. But all her past actions, regardless of human life, have put her in great crisis now. Second, Kim Kardashian. Kim has participated in Diddy's black industry chain and is also indirectly related to various illegal events. Now that Trump has been elected president, to ensure her personal safety and business popularity, Kim may have started to transfer assets and tried to escape. Third, Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo was once asked by Epstein, the remuneration is $6 million a day. Attend the island feast as a model. And the service object is rumored to be Clinton's wife Hillary. And he strongly supports Kamala Harris because Harris will not release the list of those lawbreakers. But now his idea will also be shattered. Fourth, Jayz. Jayz is mentioned in the list of people involved in the Epstein case, and he has committed many illegal cases. Even if his name does not exist on the list released by Trump, but his actions will surely not escape prison. He had already transferred his assets abroad before this, and tried to flee the United States.
And we're going to bring Elon in. So he doesn't need to be secretary. He doesn't want to be secretary. He wants to be a man that can cut costs. And nobody would do it better than him. And he's going to do it very responsibly. And we have to, it's amazing that, he just wants the country. That's why he endorsed me very strongly. You know where he is right now? He's campaigning in Pennsylvania. He's been doing it since he landed that crazy rocket ship.
We're going to.
We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not.
It's just amazing how many people in the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, all in.
Yes. It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend, and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
Did you see the back?
Your money is being wasted, and the Department of Government Efficiency is going to fix that. We're going to get the government off your back and out of your pocketbook. And America's just not just going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing. Now, you guys are awesome. Honestly, this is like... Yeah. I mean, this is the kind of positive energy that America is all about.
And I'm announcing today a new step that I'll take to get emergency price relief to all Americans. On day one, I will sign an executive order directing every federal agency to immediately remove every single burdensome regulation driving up the cost of goods, that drive up the cost of goods. We have so many regulations that hurt our country. I cut more regulations ×4 than any president in the history of our country. And that's why we had the greatest economy in history. That's one of the reasons why. The other is I gave you the largest tax cut in the history of our country, including Ronald Reagan. Furthermore, I will create a new cabinet position for a senior member of my administration who will be tasked exclusively with doing everything in the federal government's power to reduce the cost of living. We have to. You'd not be able to live. And a lot of it is just the regulations and the rules and regulations, which are just a waste of time and money. And everybody, we need regulation, but I have seen regulations where they have 30 regulations for one subject, and the one subject doesn't even matter. All agencies will be judged daily on their progress in slashing the cost of household items. We're going to slash the cost, and this will be the largest and fastest, most aggressive regulatory reduction. It's going to be the largest regulatory reduction in the history of our country, and it's going to happen very fast.
Using just very conservative estimates, we will save the typical household $7,000 in the first year alone.
USA! USA! Wah!
You know, if you had one day, like one real rough, nasty day with the drugstores as an example, but they have to be taught. Now, if you had one really violent day, like a guy like Mike Kelly, put him in charge, it's a chain of events that's so bad. One rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out and it will end immediately.
After we win, I'm going to be convinced that Joe Biden was trying to help us the whole time.
Well, here's
he put on the MAGA hat.
The MAGA hat was crazy.
That was crazy.
When he put on the MAGA hat in front of those guys and they all cheered, and he insisted on keeping the hat and he took it with him, I think he's very, very resentful that he got ousted in what was essentially a coup.
Yeah.
And
I'd love to know what happened there, by the way.
I would love to know what.
With the Trump presidency, we're going to get secure borders, we're going to get safe cities, we're going to get sensible spending, we're going to get deregulation, so we have sensible regulation, and we can unlock the power of the giant that is America. And we're going to uphold the Constitution, we're going to strengthen freedom of speech, right to bear arms, and the freedoms that people treasure, and reduce the burden that the federal government places upon the states and the people within the state.
Donald Trump just made a huge announcement. Take a look at this.
I am also announcing that as part of our tax cuts, we will make interest on car loans fully deductible.
Holy! What?
So I'm going to make it fully deductible, the interest payments. That's going to revolutionize your industry.
I don't think you guys realize how big this is. No tax on interest for car payments. That means most people pay between $1,000 to $10,000 or maybe more per year in just interest on their car loan. That means that payment can actually be deducted from your taxes. So if you owe $10,000, you don't have to pay that taxes. That is huge, and that's what we need right now. Everybody needs relief. This is gonna help everybody. Now, I don't agree with taxes in general. I really hate taxes. I really wish they lowered it completely because most of the tax money are going to places that we don't want. Most of the taxes they take are being used for stuff that we don't agree with. So I really hope that they lower the taxes in general, but this is a start. Now, what about Kamala Harris? What does she say about this? Is she gonna also copy this as well? Let me comment below.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. It's too early to congratulate, but we are hearing its record kind of numbers. She's the worst vice president. She's grossly incompetent. Kamala, you're fired. Get out of here. Fired. Get out. Get the hell out of here. We got to fix our country. We got to fix up our country. It's a nation in decline, Kamala. Get the hell out of here. The polls are open for early voting in Nevada every day from now to November 1st. So get your husband. Hank, get the hell out of the couch, Hank. Get up, get that big fat ass of yours. We're gonna go and vote for the president. We're gonna turn our country around, Hank. Come on, let's go, Hank. Right? No tax on overtime. And no tax on Social Security benefits for our seniors. And I'm announcing a new policy today that I will support a tax credit for family caregivers who take care of a parent or a loved one. It's about time that they were recognized, right? We have a lot of people, they followed us, but we're gonna do something. The ladies can tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna drill a baby drill. And I will terminate the Green New Scam, and we'll cut your energy prices in half. 50% within 1 year from January 20th. Is the fake news hearing that? Whoa! Kamala Harris has delivered soaring prices and economic anguish at home, war and chaos abroad, and nation-destroying invasion on our southern border like nobody's ever seen before. She's actually a disaster. My message to Americans tonight is simple. We do not have to live this way. We don't. A vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper. So many people mention, I go in, so many people mention groceries, that beautiful but simple word, groceries. Sir, my groceries. You don't think of it that way, but that's what they mention more than anything, my groceries. Your paychecks will be higher, your streets will be safer and cleaner. Your communities will be richer and your future will be brighter than ever before. This will be the golden age of America. A vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper. So many people mention, I go in, so many people mention groceries, that beautiful but simple word, groceries. Sir, my groceries. You don't think of it that way, but that's what they mention more than anything, my groceries. Your paychecks will be higher, your streets will be safer and cleaner. Your communities will be richer and your future will be brighter than ever before. This will be the golden age of America.
You want to know what the biggest mistake Kamala Harris made in the whole campaign, which is going to lead to her defeat? On The View, they asked her a very simple question. Is there anything you would have done differently in 4 years? Can't think of anything. Hey, I got 50.
I said that many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness.
With you an update in the U.S. presidential election. According to the Associated Press, Vice President Harris called President-elect Trump earlier today to concede the election and congratulate him on his victory. That is according to a senior advisor to Vice President Harris. The aide declined to be identified, but said Harris talked about the need for a peaceful transfer of power.
When I'm back in the White House, we will pass large tax cuts for workers. We will end all taxes on overtime. No tax on tips. We will make interest on car loans fully deductible. No tax on Social Security benefits.
Fox News alert, Barack Obama thinks Kamala Harris has officially plateaued. And behind the scenes, he's saying worse. Kamala's losing the black vote. He was caught saying this just moments ago in Pittsburgh.
We have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences.
Now they're going to need white dudes and black dudes for Harris hats. Now, the Obamas and the Clintons are telling her no more talking. The men are taking over. Barack is here to mansplain Harris to the country. You know, when the young lady says holistic, what she really means is here he was just moments ago.
This election's going to be tight because there are a lot of Americans who are still struggling out there. So I get it, why people are looking to shake things up. I mean, I am the hopey changey guy. So I understand people feeling frustrated and feeling we can do better. What I cannot understand is why anybody would think that Donald Trump will shake things up in a way that is good for you.
He just said America's struggling and wants change from the Biden-Harris administration. And Harris just said she doesn't represent change. They don't have it this time, guys.
And it's a movement. There's never been a movement like this, and we're going to turn our country around. We're going to not let people that murder people come into our country. We're not going to let drug dealers come into our country and terrorists come into our country. Little things like that, people are not going to stand them, and that's why we're doing well. But you know what? We still have time to go, so let's make sure that we have this under control.
What is Bill Gates trying to hide? According to the New York Times, Bill Gates has given Kamala Harris over $50 million. Could it have anything to do with keeping the Epstein client list quiet? Elon Musk told the truth to Tucker. He knows all about this Epstein client list. Watch this.
You know, I've said I regretted having those dinners, and there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so you know, in general, you always have to be careful.
Will that ever come out, do you think?
You know, I think part of why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gates.
And Gates.
Yeah.
And I only ask that because you just look at them and you're like, that's a nervous person right there. I don't know. I mean, I assume you know them. Yeah.
Yes. Reid Hoffman was my vice president of business development at PayPal.
Yeah.
24 years ago.
Does he seem nervous to you?
Yeah, I mean, he's terrified of a Trump victory.
Because of the disclosure that would follow?
I think, yeah, I mean, I think he's certainly ideologically not aligned with Trump anyway, but I think he is concerned about the Epstein situation.
Of course. It's one of the big reasons, of course, that Melinda Gates divorced Bill Gates, his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
You know, it was also widely reported that Bill had a friendship or business or some kind of contact with Jeffrey Epstein, and that you were not, that was very upsetting to you. Did that play a role in the divorce at all in this process?
Yeah, as I said, it's not one thing, it was many things. But I did not like that he'd had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you made that clear to him?
I made that clear to him. I also met Jeffrey Epstein exactly one time.
Did you?
Yes, because I wanted to see who this man was. And I regretted it from the second I stepped in the door. He was abhorrent. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards. So, you know, my heart breaks for these young women because that's how I felt. And here I'm an older woman. My God, I feel terrible for those young women. It's awful.
You felt that the moment you walked in? I didn't realize
was awful.
That. Yeah. And you shared that with Bill, and he still continued to spend time with him?
Any of the questions remaining about what Bill's relationship there was, those are for Bill to answer.
Okay.
But I made it very clear how I felt about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So $50 million Bill Gates just donated to Kamala Harris, because that Epstein client list will remain behind. It will remain sealed if Kamala Harris wins the presidency.
Yes.
Absolutely 100%.
Hey, what's the matter, Kamala? You've been sulking all day.
I'm just nervous about the election. I just don't know if they'll vote for me, which is surprising because I grew up middle class. Hang on, I have to take a call.
Kamala, I know you're not really on the phone.
Yes, I am. See?
No, that's just the camera app. Also, your phone never rang.
Oops. I just thought I'd feel better if I pretended to talk to a voter.
You don't have to pretend, Kamala. We've made sure you can't lose this election. We hired a lot of celebrities to support you. Cardi B even read off her phone how much she likes you.
That's right. And I took care of Peanut, the only squirrel standing in your way.
Appreciate it, you guys. But they think I'm a big joke. It's like they don't support my plan to do everything the same or worse as the last 4 years.
Well, would it make you feel better if we burned down a ballot box?
No, I don't think it will this time.
Oh, just show her.
All right, then. Come on in, Francisco. Kamala, this is our new state-of-the-art Dominican voting machine.
Ooh, what does it do?
I'm glad you asked. You see, Francisco sits in a hot room and fills out thousands of ballots a day using different names. All for you.
So you're saying I have voters?
Sort of. Let's just say you have lots of pretend people who support you.
Yep. Since they'll be counting the votes for a while, we can have this Dominican vote machine running all week.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
I'm glad. Now how about we go give money to Ukraine?
How much money?
As much as you want, sweetheart.